Hi everybody, Mitchell Simmer here. Welcome to this edition of Mods Worth Noting. Dashboard Live Vanilla Vehicles. It's a pretty ambitious mod in that it attacks a lot of the vanilla vehicles. You can see the list here. It's not small, it's quite extensive. And this basically will put in dashboard capabilities into vanilla vehicles so that things that are happening are displayed as if it's, a live functioning tractor with live information on the dashboard. There is also just a dashboard live version of this, but the developer of the vehicle needs to incorporate it into the vehicle. I suppose if you're good enough to know how to do that, you can retrofit things into vehicles that you want to use it with, so you can certainly check that out. I'm not going to link to that here. I'm just going to show the vanilla vehicles one because this one doesn't require any special knowledge or additional capabilities. That is the only item for this edition of Mods Worth Noting, a very short list. I've noticed that the last few weeks we're not even getting 5 pages of mods, so we seem to have already kind of hit that point where we're not even a year since the release. It came out November of last year. We're sitting here in August, and we're kind of seeing things trickle down. Now, there have been weeks where suddenly I've seen like 10 show up, or so 10 pages. So that was just a few weeks ago. But then since then, it's been pretty sparse as far as the number of pages. Just sometimes it's all vehicles and updates. And so again, there were a lot of updates this time, and just vehicles and maps, which I don't normally cover. So the good thing is there were probably 6 or 7 maps, including, as you can see down below there, Welker Farms, if you're a fan of their YouTube channel, and kind of like the Millennial Farmer map that we had in previous versions, which is one, again, that I don't think has ever been recreated in 25, but just continues to sadly reinforce my concern that over time, this constant release of a new thing every 3 years, at some point modders are like, all right, I've done this for the 4th time and made this mod work in another version. I'm done with it. And then they just start to fade away. It just doesn't have to be this way, but giants is giants, and they're creating their own problem, I suppose, is how I will continue to go at it. I'm trying to be nice about it. There really isn't a nice way to do it, because my internal feelings are not nice. I think it's a selfish way to design the game, and certainly, as I said, there's a lot of other major games with mods that don't do this. So it's a choice they're making for sure. They could come up with a way to not require everything to be rebuilt every time, but they choose not to. So in any event, we're going to wrap this up, and I will see you next time.